A very good day to you. This is, of course, Relax Radio. This is the chat wrap on Relax Radio with me, Jamie, and I'll be with you for quite some time, actually, giving you the very best when it comes to entertainment news, when it comes to gossip, when it comes to every single thing that you need to get on with your day. I'll also be making sure that you are motivated, that you are always very inspired to get on with your day, to get on with your activities productively as productively as possible. So all you gotta do is make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. I want to say it's such a pleasure to have every single one of you on board. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. And listen, I want to remind you that you could always download our app. It's super simple. All you got to do is head on over to iOS or Android. It's available absolutely free of charge. So make sure that you download our app on your phone for absolutely free of charge, and you can take us with you wherever that you go. It's super easy because if you want to connect with me, if you want to have a conversation with one of us, all you got to do when you do download the app is to just scroll up and there'll be a phone icon, right? And if you click on it, you can directly get in contact with us. You can directly share your opinions with us, share your ideas, and we would love nothing more. So go on right ahead and download our app, or very simply you could just reach out to me on social media, say hi to me, let me know how it's going, let me know how your day is going, or whatever we're talking about. If you want to share your opinion, if you want to share your thoughts, we would absolutely love to hear from you. So go on right ahead and say hi to us on our social media. Check us out and make sure that you do follow our social media as well, because we are going to keep you updated with every single thing that is going on in the UK and around the world. So you don't want to be living under a rock. You don't want to be uninformed of everything that's going on. So make sure that you download our app and that you follow us on all our social media, that is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, so that you can take us with you and you can be updated no matter where you are. With that being said, I want to say hi to a few people that are tuned in. We have Samad Chaudhry listening in. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. He says hello. A very big hello out to you. We have Total Fagan listening in as well. Big love going out to you all. Now, if you want to, say hi, or if you want to give a dedication out to your family or your loved ones, all you got to do is go on over, like I just told you, call me up on 07852473473, or just connect with me on our social media. With that being said, I want to go into talking about something very interesting, and that's Ellie Goulding, right? Now, earlier on, we were talking about Billie Eilish, and I told you how she has become one of the most body positive icons out there, and she's somebody that we all can look up to as a woman, as an entire human race. I feel like, because she's somebody that lives life according to her own rules, that lives life according to her own style and her own rules, and that I think is absolutely amazing. That's, I think, something that we all should do. Now, I feel like today is very much focused on female celebrities who are owning it out there. And the next person that I do want to talk about is Ellie Goulding. Now, we haven't heard of Ellie Goulding in a little bit. She has some amazing tracks, and I think I absolutely love her as a musician, because she is such a power woman. Like, she knows what she wants and she goes out there and gets it. And that's what I absolutely love about Ellie Goulding. If you haven't heard of her, definitely go check out some of her songs. They're absolutely empowering and they're amazing. She's one talented musician. But the reason I'm talking about Ellie Goulding is because she recently did an interview, and I just watched the interview and I thought it was absolutely amazing, which is why I thought I should share it with you, right? Now, she starts talking about, she actually did give birth to her first child, and she speaks about her health, her mental health, and her happiness after the birth of her first child. Now, the Ellie Goulding has given birth to her first child, and her husband has confirmed it. And on Instagram, Casper Jopling said that the 34-year-old and the baby were both healthy and happy following the birth. He said that he did not ever address the public attention that came with Ellie's job, but he thanked so many people for allowing them their privacy and allowing them to, just enjoy the moment on their own without being in the eye of the public. Now, he says this was such a magical and personal moment, and he says that it changed both his and his wife Ellie Goulding's life when this first baby was born. Goulding also first revealed that she was pregnant in a British Vogue interview in February, and I feel like that's what everybody was talking about at that moment. Now, the singer, who was born in Hereford, married the art dealer in York Minster in 2019 with that event was absolutely crazy because there was royalty, there were pop stars, there were artists among the guests, and Golding, who was named the winner of the BBC Sound of Poll in 2010, released her fourth album, which was called Brightest Blue, right? It was released in 2020. Yeah, that was 2020, and it was absolutely amazing because it went on to become her third album to reach number one in the UK. And I think with good reason as well, because her music is just different, right? It is so empowering. It is so just powerful. I don't know. When I listen to Ellie Goulding's music, it reminds me of the power I have as a human being, as a female, and that I think is why her music is always up there, especially within the UK. Right? Now, at the time, she spoke to BBC about her life, and she said that it hasn't been easy, especially with being a new mother. She says that there's a lot of challenges that come with being a new mother, which I think is absolutely fair enough, right? And she says, well, the most important thing is that she focused on herself, which I think is important. No matter what point we are at life, it's super important that we kind of take a minute to look at ourselves, to figure out what we need as individuals, and to figure out what suits us the best. Now, I know Ellie Goulding spoke about it with regards to being a new mother, and she said it was a whole different experience. And she said how intricate it was and how intimate that feeling of, giving birth to a whole brand new human being. And she said more than that, it was about reconnecting with herself and reconnecting to find the energy to become a mother to this child that she just gave birth to. And I feel like that's not something that's only applicable to new mothers. Definitely being a new mother is absolutely tough, but I think being a human being in general is actually really, really tough, right? Because all of us have our own little struggles to get on with. And I know a lot of us look at other people and we think, oh, they have life is so easy for these people. But at the end of the day, that's not true, right? Because every single one of us go through our own kind of, trials and tribulations. And I think it's super important that we acknowledge each other's trials and tribulations and understand that every single person on planet Earth have their own struggles to deal with. No matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, you have your own set of problems. And, what we need to understand is we never know what the other person is going through. We never know what the person sitting next to us is going through. So the little thing that we can do in order to ensure that everybody, that somebody's life is a little better, is to make sure that we are kind. Now, I want to remind you to just be kind, okay? Just go on out there, and it doesn't cost you anything to be kind. And I don't mean huge acts of charity to be kind. No, I mean something as small as maybe smiling to somebody while you pass them on the street. I mean, go up to somebody, and if they look like they're having not such a great day, you ask them why it is. Tell somebody that they're appreciated. These are little acts of kindness that absolutely doesn't cost us anything, that can help somebody else's life go a far, far way. And why I want you to be kind, and why I want you to, be a good person and be kind and do things that are good to other people, is because at the end of the day, it's kind of selfish as well, right? Here's how I view kindness. When you are kind to somebody else, you're not just kind to this other person, but you're also being kind to yourself. Now, I've spoken about this before, and I've told you the importance of being kind as a measure to be happy with yourself. Because at the end of the day, okay, I want you to do something for me. Think of the time, or think of a time where you were a good person, where you did something good, where you did something kind. Did you not have this feeling of absolute, I don't know the word. The word is absolute pleasure, satisfaction when you were kind. See, when you're kind, you're not just good to somebody else, but you're also being good to yourself. Because we as human beings, all our brains function according to science. We have this sense of gratification that comes out when we do something nice to somebody else. So basically, when you are kind, you're not just doing something good to somebody else, but you're also being good to yourself. which is why I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to do good things, for you to be as kind as possible. So go on out there. Like, Ellie Goulding says, life isn't easy, and she's a superstar with so much money, with so much luxury. But see, I guess what that goes to prove is that physical assets or materialistic things can never determine how much how how happy we are or how content we are. So one thing that I do want you to remember is know that every single person is going through their own struggles. Every single person is going through their own trials in life. So acknowledge it and try to be as kind as possible so that we can make humanity, we can make Earth a little better than it was yesterday. With that being said, make sure that you keep it tuned. I'll be right back with some very interesting conversation. A very good day to you. Thank you so much for being a part of Relax Radio. This is, of course, a chat trap where we trap you with the best of conversation. I want to say a big love going out to every single one of you. If you are having not such a great day, well, then don't worry because we're here to hype you up. We're here to make sure that you have the most amazing day possible. And it's all about mindset, okay? It's all about making sure that you have the right mindset, that you are capable of doing everything with that proper positivity, with making sure that you are always hyped up, that you are always positive, and you have the mindset of, you have a can do mindset. That's all that matters. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. And I want to remind you that if you want to, be a part of the show, if you want to have us with you wherever that you go, it's super simple. All you got to do is download our app on your phone. It's available absolutely free of charge. So head on right on to either App Store or Play Store and download the Relax Radio app for free. I also want to remind you that you could get in touch with me on our number that is 07852473473. I'll say that again. It is 07852473473. You could very easily contact me. You could go on air with me and have a conversation about whatever it is that you want to talk about. So if you want to, share your opinions about a topic that we're talking about, if you want to share your thoughts, if you don't agree with something that we say, that's perfectly fine. All we want you to do is connect with us and have a good conversation with us. That is absolutely important because you are our priority. And I want to say thank you so much for being a part of the show. Again, if you're just tuning in, I am Jamie, and this is the Chat Trap on Relax Radio. Now, it's about the time that I head on out of here. There's a few more minutes for me to leave. But before I do, I want to talk about something very interesting. And that is how this idea of exploring your talent. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh no, we've heard this 100 times before, or we're too old to be exploring our talent. I just want to tell you that that's absolutely not true, okay? Because at the end of the day, age does not matter, and every single one of you have some sort of talent. See, what I want to try to make you understand in the next couple of minutes is that every person, every single individual has talent. Now, what's rare is that the courage to follow it to the dark place where it leads. Does that make sense to you? Because I feel like, okay, like I said, every single one of us have been given with a very unique, a very special talent. But the sad thing is that only a very few of us actually learn how to use this talent or learn how to utilize this talent of ours. Let me ask you, do you have a talent? If you're just tuning in, the question is, do you have a talent? Do you think you have a special capability that you are better at than doing other things? Or are you confused? Okay, let's figure it out, right? Are you good at anything, or do you want to be good at something? Or when you do something, do you have this certain fire inside you and you are happy when you do this certain something? Do you love doing something? If yes, that's something that we are talking about could definitely be your talent. It could be painting, it could be writing, it could be swimming, gardening, cooking, singing, acting, decorating, whatever it is. Or of course, playing sports, the talent for some people, whatever it is. See, that's something that you love to do essentially needs to be in line with your talent. Because what you like to do is basically what makes you happy. And what makes you happy is when you're good at something. So I want to remind you that every single one of you, even if you think, oh no, I'm not as talented as Beyonce is, or I'm not as talented as Will Smith is, well, guess what? The only difference between Beyonce and Bill Gates and you and Elon Musk is the fact that those people actually went behind their talent and they did something to take their talent to the next level, right? They trained themselves, they went through so much hardships, they went through a lot in order to ensure that their talent is absolutely amazing or the talent is spot on, and they did whatever it takes to develop their talent. Now, that procedure is actually waiting in your life. So what I want to remind you is this list of something that we spoke of could be very long. Don't bring sleeping and eating into this list, but this essentially what you love to do could be your talent. Now, each of your hobbies has the possibility to become your talent. You just need to find it. Okay, think about it. In your childhood, a lot of us were pretty good at something, right? Every single one of us, we were either good at drawing or painting or whatever it is. We had a lot of hobbies as a child. Now, as we grow, I feel like what happens is the reason why so many children have so many hobbies, and as we grow up, we don't really have that many hobbies, is because we stop practicing. We stop pursuing these hobbies, which fill us with joy at some time, and we forget about playing. We forget about exploring what we love to do, and we forget about all of these fun stuff as we grow up. Because I feel like what happens is we become so in tune to society's clock, right? We become so in tune to what society tells us to do that we kind of forget to focus on what we love to do. So, if you want to recognize your talent, I want you to think of or remind yourself of your hobbies. Identify the activities in which you are naturally good at. It could be something that other people aren't good at, but that's okay. That doesn't mean what your talent isn't valuable. It just means it's not been done before. So, identify the things that fill you with so much passion. Identify the things that make you happy. Identify the things that creates this spark inside you. True happiness, in my opinion, involves the full use of your power and your talents, your hobbies and your capabilities. So, if you do want true happiness, you need to figure out what your talent is, or what your hobby is, and what you're good at. So, what is your talent? I feel like I said before, I truly, truly believe that every single one of us have a unique gift. Every one of us have this certain set of skills which nobody else has. Okay? But the thing is that you need to find your uniqueness and develop it. Follow a few things, okay? Figure out what you're good at. We all have some natural talent inside of us. Some of us have the natural talent a little bit more than other people, but that just means we have to work that much harder to get to the same level as somebody else. Okay? Some of us can paint beautifully. Some of us have a beautiful voice. Some of us are natural actors. Some of us are natural leaders. Some of us are good at sports. If you have something like that, I want you to make me a promise and never let it go. It is your talent. I want you to nourish it in the right direction. And I guess that essentially is what can help you live a life that you want. So, what do you want to be good at? If you cannot stop thinking about something every single day and you feel happy when you think about doing that activity, I want to remind you to follow it. Go with your heart always. Pick your heart. Pick what you want. What drives you passionately? Think about it. What are you passionate about? What do you really want to be? It doesn't matter if you're 30 years old, it doesn't matter if you're 50 years old. It's never too late to ask yourself the question, what do you really want to be? If you know the answer, that could be your talent to discover. And I want to remind you that it's never too late to discover your talent, okay? So you can always learn the right skill to shape your talent. So grab every opportunity and boost your talent. So if you truly want to explore your talent, I want you to do one thing for me. If you want to figure out what you're good at, if you want to figure out what your talent is, the first thing that you need to do is to stop making excuses. Okay? I want you to stop saying that you don't have time to pursue your talent. Stop saying that you don't have the time to practice. Participate whenever you get the chance. And that can mean cutting down on fun activities and Friday night parties. But that's okay because at the end of the day, what's going to make you happy is pursuing what you love. So don't ever make excuses and say, oh, you don't have the time to pursue what you're good at. Find the time, practice, and like I said, participate whenever you have a chance. See, participate in talent hunts. That's definitely one thing you could do. Participate in singing, in poetry. You could be horrible at things like that. But at least that puts you on the path to figuring out what you're good at. And the first time, reward yourself. Okay, you never know when you will start achieving the desired result. So reward yourself, be compassionate with yourself, and never fear failure. Do what you can with what you have. Okay, every artist was an amateur at first. Every great person started out just like you or me. So, if you still are not aware about your talent, discover it from your own hobbies. If you already know, polish that talent of yours. Spend some quality time on it. And I feel like only then will your life thank you if you follow your heart. So, dare to be remarkable. And at the end of your life, I feel like you can hope that you don't have a single bit of talent left. You can say, universe, I used every single bit of talent you gave me. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be happy with your life, and I want you to pursue what you love. And the first step to doing that is figuring out your talent. Keep reminding yourself that you are absolutely talented. Keep reminding yourself that you are absolutely amazing, and that is all that it takes. Now, with that being said, it's about that time for me to head on out of here. But don't worry, because we got Tim and Matthew coming up, and they are going to keep you updated with every single thing that you should know about. They're going to keep you updated with all real world issues and real world problems, and news that you need to keep yourself updated with. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. More importantly, I want to remind you that it's all about having a conversation with you. It's all about making sure that you are, engaged, that you are entertained. So make sure that you connect with us. The only way we can have good conversation is if you talk to us, and you could very easily do that by connecting with me on live on 07852 473 or very simply, you could head on over to our social media platforms. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and go on and check out our YouTube channel. Now, with that being said, I want to remind you yet again to go on right ahead and show us some love on our social media platforms. I want to remind you to be a part of the conversation. More importantly, I want to remind you to go on ahead and explore your talent, okay? Figure out what you're good at, figure out what you love to do, and then pursue it. Now, that's my little message for you before I head on out of here, but make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. Big, big love going out to every single one of you that connected with me. Big love going out to every single one of you that had a conversation with me. Thank you so, so much for being a part of the show. It was such a pleasure to have you on board. With that being said, I'm out of here. Hope you have an amazing, amazing day ahead.